Hi everybody, this is Simon Marshall here. Well, I just want to let you know, as you know, I just got rid of my NHL Stanley Cup playoffs beard. I've grown it since April 1st, and I got rid of it, and it took a while because, as you all know, the Chicago have won their 6th Stanley Cup this year. I know all the years where they won it because they're from the original 6 genre. 1934, 1938, 1961. That's the one Stan Mikita, Glenn Hall, Pierre Palat, and Bobby Hall won, which is pretty cool. So 2010 in Philadelphia, 2013 in the most hated city in the world, Boston, and finally they won it at home in front of the fans at the Madhouse. I just wanted to let you know that on WGN 9, which is owned by CW Network, the city of Chicago, Illinois was just crazy. It was jam-packed, like downtown, right on Madison Avenue. I'm like, wow, that's true Chicago fans there. Like, because you know what? The Kaminsky Park in Chicago, Illinois, I'll show you, home of the Chicago White Sox. You guys are gonna have a Stanley Cup parade there probably, or actually they're gonna show up. They're gonna show up with the cup, which is cool, and that's pretty sweet. And oh, Wrigley Field, home of the Cubs. Guess who's a big time Chicago Cubs fan? CM Punk, who was born Philip Brooks. Him and his wife AJ Lee were at the game yesterday. Actor Jim Belushi was there. So was Vince Vaughn. Man, those guys have a good investment because Jim Belushi's from According to Jim, and Vince Vaughn has quite a few good coinage. So believe it or not, let's see who's all got a third cup. Marian Hossa, Nicholas Yalmerson, Patrick Kane, Duncan Keith, um, Brent Seabrook, Patrick Sharp, Jonathan Taves all have their third, which is pretty cool. And Brad Richards has his second now. I think he's going to call it quits. Kimmo Timonen is going to officially call it quits because he's 40 years old. There's one thing I want to say to Captain Team Canada now. I think he should be Captain Team Canada, and that is Jonathan Taves from Winnipeg, Manitoba. As you all know, he is an Aboriginal man from Winnipeg, Manitoba. Brent Seabrook, he's actually half Coast Salish. I'm New Channel here in Canada. So on the other side of the mainland, Brent Seabrook is from the Tawasin Reserve, as you all know, because his mom is native, his dad is white, which is pretty cool, because his kids are quarter native, which is pretty cool. So now you know why Brent Seabrook's got dark brown hair. So that's pretty cool. He's bringing the Stanley Cup back to Tawasin, British Columbia. Duncan Keith is going to bring the cup and the Conn Smythe up to Penticton, British Columbia, as you all know. So that was a hell of a good win yesterday. I really feel bad for John Cooper, Rick Bowness, who was our Canucks former assistant coach. I feel bad for Steve Stamkos, John Garrison, and Anti Strawman. I feel very bad for you, brother. I've seen how much hard work you put against in the Stanley Cup Finals, and you just broke out in tears. So did Victor Hedman and Ben Bishop. Ben, what on earth were you thinking playing the game with a strained groin? Ugh, that's not good for you. Never play the game with a strained groin. And you know what? Crawford's got two now, 2013, 2015. To me, he should be the Team Canada goalie. And you know what? Guess who should be the head coach for Team Canada for the 2018 Olympics? Joel Quenneville. You should be the head coach. And you know who I'd have? Daryl Sutter, Mike Babcock as assistant coach, and let's go with who's the other one they have? Oh, Alain Vigneault. Go with that staff for Team Canada. JT should be the captain. Sid the Kid should be the alternative captain, and they gotta let Seabrook play for Team Canada again. He's so much better. Like look what happened with you know, that whole roster, and you know what? It's they're having a salary cap dispute, which is a major harsh bummer. Like, because there's going to be a whole lot of players that they got to let go. But I know Antoine Vermette is an unrestricted free agent. But if I were you, please don't sign with Toronto. Don't. I hope Patrick Sharp doesn't end up in Toronto. If I were you, like, please Chicago, don't send any of those players to Toronto, because you know why? I don't know how Mike Babcock's going to do in Toronto as a head coach, because right now we're hoping and praying the Leafs get rid of Joffrey Lupul, send him to the Los Angeles Kings in exchange for Alex Martinez, number 27, who everybody's hating right now. I truly hate Alexander Martinez for what he did with the Los Angeles Kings, and LA needs to dump that shitload of salary cap too. Send Tyler Toffoli and Dwight King to the Minnesota Wild in exchange for Keith Ballard and Matt Cook to go to the Los Angeles Kings, because they're cheaper than Toffoli and King. And then I would send Mike Richards to the Buffalo Sabres. But if I were you, Chicago, send a couple of players to the Buffalo Sabres. Don't go to Toronto. Go to the Buffalo Sabres, because you know why? There's some really good young prospects, alright? Think Buffalo, New York, alright? And for all the Chicago fans down in Chicago, Illinois, enjoy this day as much as you can, because Wrigley Field and Kaminsky Park are going to be busy, because JT, Patrick Kane are going to bring the Stanley Cup to the fields, and you guys are going to have a blast. And you know what? That was pretty neat that somebody from Wrigley Field at Game 5 when Chicago was down in Tampa, Florida. How did you guys get NBC in the highlights? That was cool, because there was a rain delay in Chicago because of the Cubs. So, as you all know, the Stanley Cup and the Conn Smythe were delayed because of the fans in downtown Illinois, and it was, it was late. That's why, luckily, I was happy. We prayed that the Stanley Cup showed up to the United Center, and you know what? It was so good to see them, and I saw Bobby Hall, Stan Mikita, Pierre Palat were at the game too yesterday, and so was Tony Esposito, watching the, fans and watch the current Chicago Blackhawks win the Stanley Cup, which was pretty cool. And you know what? I am so glad the NHL season is over. It's okay, because now it's time to get to the real world, and it's time to go back to work. And hey, Stevie Breach, Mr. Paul JB44, and Zach Brown. Like, I know you guys have been still keeping up with the WWE, and for me, I haven't been watching it because of the Authority, and they're really killing wrestling. If I was a former WWE superstar, I would kill their ratings, give all the secrets to TNA Wrestling. I would have a show called the Monday Night Impact Zone, so just to give secrets and say, guess what? He's helping Seth Rollins over and over again. And then say it on MTV. Well, everybody, this is Simon Marshall saying thanks for watching, everybody. Enjoy your day, enjoy your evening, or enjoy your night whenever you watch this video, okay? Amari, peace.